Greg, tell us about this insane weather people in Dubai have been experiencing over the last 2 days. It sounds absolutely apocalyptic by comparison to what you'd expect.
Yeah, certainly it doesn't really fit the image that a lot of people have of Dubai of, constant blue sky and sunshine and dryness throughout the whole year. It's been interesting. To be fair, it was pretty well telegraphed to us. We knew as long ago as last weekend that there was going to be a weather front moving in. So a lot of people had prepared. The government had advised most people, if they can, to work from home on certainly on Tuesday. They said we should work from home. And then after the events yesterday, they advised people today, Wednesday, to stay at home. But yes, even then, the rain came in pretty hard and fast. We actually had a release from the government this morning saying it was certainly in Al Ain, which is one of the areas here in the Emirates. It was the most amount of rainfall recorded in one day in the 75 years of it being recorded. So it was, it was pretty historic in terms of like how much rain we had. And yeah, in terms of dealing with it, there was a lot of flooding, a lot of chaos caused. I jumped on a bike to go and get some shots around where I live yesterday, and I'd say there was easily a foot of water on a lot of the roads. I actually lost one of my flip-flops floating away as I was trying to get some pictures. But then the metro had to close down. Sheikh Zayed Road, which is the main road that goes through Dubai up and down. So I certainly saw pictures and heard that it was closed northbound yesterday evening, and coming southbound was absolute gridlock. So yes, it was an interesting day yesterday. Put it that way.
I'm sure these people are not going to reach home today because there is so much of water here. See, this is a road which has turned into a river, and this Land Cruiser is submerged. If you can see, the people were pulled out from the sunroof. They have tied it with a rope now, and so there is no.
One of my colleagues at the National was flying back from Spain, and so she landed this morning, and she said that they were circling for 2 hours, literally circling for 2 hours. But she feels fortunate that she didn't have to get diverted somewhere else, because yesterday evening, planes were being diverted, and actually, I think Emirates are not accepting any check-ins at Dubai Airport today until midnight, so that's causing some chaos. But yes, I saw those videos too of the planes on the runway looking almost like they were in a river. A lot of chaos on all transport fronts, whether it's road, rail, or air.
How shocked have people been in Dubai? Obviously, they did get some warning, but still, when you're experiencing those kind of conditions in a place that has been brought to life, I guess, in more recent years by the influencer and celeb culture, these amazing hotels and amazing sights and incredible weather, blue skies, as you say, it must have been a bit of a weird experience.
Yeah, even for us who've lived here for years, like I say, this was historic. We certainly in the history of the UAE being a natural nation, we've never had rain this bad. So yes, to be fair for all of us, this was sort of unprecedented. But for those of us who've been here a few years, you do every now and then get one of these like really bad storms. But so many people, I think, have moved to the UAE and to Dubai in the last few years, particularly since the pandemic. There's been a huge influx of people. So I think for a lot of them, um, it was probably a bit of a shock. There's actually a few people in my life who've only moved here recently, and one of them got stranded at work and had to stay the night in a hotel downtown because her and her office weren't prepared for it. So I think, yes, it kind of everyone was like, wow, this really is bad. It's worse than anything else we've seen. But yeah, certainly if you're a newbie, this is not probably what you expected from Dubai.
How set up is Dubai itself to deal with this kind of weather because it is so unusual? And you see even in London when there's extreme snow or something, you will find a city almost paralyzed, its transport infrastructure, etc., not really used to dealing with certain conditions. How has Dubai as a society and an infrastructure coped?
Yeah, I certainly agree with you on how it is in London. I remember like not getting home from work sometimes because there were leaves on the line. I mean, it has struggled. Again, this was the worst we've ever seen. So compare this to imagine the worst storm that the UK has ever seen. There would be chaos there. So I think we do need to give the UAE some grace on that front. But yeah, I mean, drainage systems don't really function here as they do back home or in Europe. So if you have an hour of heavy rainfall, it does accumulate on the roads and then they do flood. Um, and you also get, some of the, I've seen pictures from some of the shopping malls of flooding there and water coming through stairwells and through even light fittings on the roof. So, you know, is it the best prepared nation in the world for these things? Probably not. But then again, I think the pictures that we've seen in the last 48 hours, you have to take them with a bit of a pinch of salt in so much as we've never seen this much rain ever. So and this was definitely the worst I've ever seen it bring the city to a standstill.
So the rooftop parties are on hold for a little bit longer. It does look a bit grey behind you, but I imagine that in due course we'll see Greg Tanner out and about on the roof doing his thing, enjoying life in Dubai as you normally do.
Yes, we may do. It's funny actually. There was an opening party of a new hotel this weekend just gone. 3,000 odd people packed watching DJs playing, and it started raining during that. So we got a bit of a sneak preview on Saturday night of the rain, but people were still enjoying. And the sun is a little bit out today, so it wouldn't surprise me if today or tomorrow people are up on the rooftop bars. But no, certainly yesterday, no one was really doing anything or going anywhere.
Well, Greg, please keep enjoying your best life and keep us updated as things develop. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Cheers.
Thank you.